This video is the first of a series of videos that the RJC is sharing that's meant to be a merit for our brothers and sisters, our friends and family in Israel who are in a stressful, dangerous, and unsettling time. Our Parsha this week, Parshat Noach, begins with Noach. Eila toldos Noach, Noach ish tzaddik. Noach was a righteous man. Tamim haya b'dorosav. He was perfect in his generation. And the term b'dorosav, in his generation, according to the Medrash, highlights two possible interpretations of Noach's personality. On the one hand, Noach's generation is entirely evil, entirely dark. The one bright light in all the darkness is only Noach. He's completely self-made. He has no heroes. He has no teachers. And if only he had the opportunities that Abraham's generation just a little bit later would offer, he really could have been even greater. And despite his situation, he overcomes. A second interpretation is that Noach is righteous because of his generation. In the dark, you can see even the smallest of light. Even a lantern far away on a hill, if it's completely dark outside, you can still see it. But had the environment changed, had it been a time of brightness, Noach would have been unrecognizable. Nobody would have paid attention to him. So was Noach righteous despite his generation, and really he could have even been greater? Or was he righteous because of his generation, and at some other time he wouldn't have been noticed at all? And obviously both of these are correct. But let's fast forward a little bit in the story. After the waters of the flood subside, Noah comes out of the teva. It's just him and a few other people from his family, tons and tons of animals. And what do we see Noach do? Basically, Noach spends the next 300 years fading away. After the waters are gone, after he no longer is building the ark, he's no longer chastising his neighbors, telling them to do teshuvah, he no longer is fighting with some external battle, he no longer has purpose either. And he spends that time pulling back into himself. Noach thrived being reactive to negativity. He thrived pushing away evil. But when there was no evil to push away, he no longer had something to push him forward. He no longer had the opportunity to thrive. And both these are aspects of Noach's personality, and both of them are aspects of our personalities as well. And I think it applies right now in the situation in Israel. Sitting in America, I'm watching the American media basically ignore the victims in Israel. They equate the victims with the terrorists. They question the historicity of the Temple Mount. There are protests on college campuses supporting the new Intifada. And that's what's covered in the media. So do we spend our time reacting to that negativity, condemning the New York Times, condemning all those who equate victims and terrorists? So we should do that too. But we should spend most of our time on the positivity, on reaching out to our friends and family in Israel, letting them know that we're thinking about them, letting them know that we're concerned, that we're following the situation because the people there are important to us, because the land there, the country there, everything it stands for is important to us. That positivity is the other aspect of Noach. That even when there's a lot of light outside, we can still be great. We can still be positive, even surrounded by positivity, and we don't have to limit ourselves only to pushing away evil, which has to be done, and it has its place, and it has its place now. But I offer this video as an outreached hand to my friends and family in Israel now, and I ask you to do the same as well. Good Shabbos.